In this tutorial, I'm going to quickly show you a really quick and easy way of creating this cute little circle badge icon using the Divi builder. I've used this in a few different places across my website, like here, and also here, and also on other people's websites. I've done it here for the lovely Anna Dower. And so what I'm going to show you is how to create this with zero code, and it's a way that it's sort of something that you can do super duper easy when you're using a design program. So these ones here I've created using Illustrator, and so it's easy when you're just dropping an image in. But if you want to make something that is dynamic and you can edit later, then I'm going to show you this method. So firstly, what I'm going to do is actually show you how I've created this one, and then we're going to go down here and we're actually going to add it, and you're going to see me do it. So we're just going to click on here and click on the little settings icon, and I'll show you what I've done. So this is actually just a text module. I've added the text in here. I've added a background color. I've also changed the admin label. So this said text before, and I've changed that to badge, and I'll show you why I've done that. Sometimes when you're creating things that are sort of using negative margins or different positions and stuff, it can be actually hard to click on them. Sometimes they kind of get overlapped, and when you go to click on them, you can't actually get to this settings icon. So a couple of ways I've discovered to find that is, one, you can just right click on a module next to it, like this one for example, and then click on go to layer. And then you'll see all the layers that we have on the page, and you'll see that I've got an image module that I've just clicked on, and there's the badge module there. Now, because it was actually, it's a text module that I've labeled badge, if I didn't change that label, it would just say text. And then I would get confused with the text module at the bottom of the page, this one down here. So changing that name just makes it easier to find if you're finding that they're overlapping, and it gets a bit hard to click on. Another way of getting to it too, if I can move my head, at the moment we're in the visual desktop view, but if we click on this block view, then you'll see all the sections, rows and modules that we have on the page. And here's the badge module here. So rather than it saying text, I've changed it to badge. It just makes it easier to find. Okay, so let's open that up again. And we'll go to the design tab. I'm going to move my face over here, might make it easier. Okay, so here all I've pretty much done is I've set the text color and the text weight and all of that. The sizing, now this is important. I've made it a width, because I want to make it a circle. I've made the width and the height exactly the same, so 90 and 90. And then to make it a circle, if we just go down to border here, I've created rounded corners for the border. And so it's important that the rounded corners, the pixel dimension that you add here, obviously they've got to be all the same, and they've got to be all at least 50% of what the width or the height is. So you'll notice if I change this to 40, it's not actually quite a circle. So as long as you make it 45, which is 50% of 90, or if I even make it 100, it doesn't matter. It's not going to make it any different. And then in the spacing, I've had to add a bit of padding to the top and the bottom to position it in the middle of the actual circle. And that's all I need to do on the design tab. And then we get into the fancy stuff on the advanced tab, where I have set the position. So this is where we change it from the normal default position, which you can see is sitting down here. We change it to absolute, and I've put it in the top right corner. I've also set a vertical offset and a horizontal offset to push it outside that pink box there. So that's the steps that I've taken, and now let's whip it together. So let's go down here where I've just duplicated that section, but I've deleted out those badges, and we'll add one. So if we just click here, let's add a module, and we want to add a text module. And let's type in our text. Set the background to pink, and let's change the admin label to badge. Now in the design, let's create the style that we wanted for the text. I think I had a bit of spacing on it. accented. I think that's about right. Sizing, we had set it to be a width of 90% as well as a height of 90%. Now spacing is so we can push this into the center of the actual box here. So I think we had it at about 20. Let's just see what that looks like, 20 top and bottom. Maybe we want to push it down a little bit more. And let's just have a little bit of padding either side to make sure that it's never actually going to touch the sides. And then border. Now this is where we turn it into a circle, so we want to make it at least 45 pixels on either corner. And that was it for here. And then we go to the advanced. So now we want to make it appear up in this corner here. So we go to position, change default to absolute, and then we want to pop it over in this corner. And then we want to push it outside this box on either side. And so I want to make that a negative 45 pixels, and this one negative 45. Oh, no, not that one. Horizontal offset. And there we go. So the only thing we need to just double check now is that on mobile it's all looking fine, and on tablet it's looking fine. So let's just go between, toggle between and have a look. So this is how it should be looking. And so it's still looking fine. I think I've stuffed up the padding either side there, so I'll fix that in a second. But let's just see what it looks like on mobile. So you'll see how on mobile it's actually cutting off the side of the page. So we probably want to bring that in a little bit, and that's what I've done up here. So if we go to the design tab, on this tab here, we want to change the horizontal offset. Yeah, that's the one. So that was negative 45 before. So on mobile only, we want to make that, let's just say negative 20 and see what that's like. Maybe 25 is what I'd set before, so that it's not actually pushing off the side of the screen there. So if we toggle between all of them, you'll see that it's looking fine on all of them. And that's all you need to do. So hopefully that all makes sense, and if you do try it out, please share it with me so that I can see the cool little badge icon that you've put together.